Hello and welcome to day 4 of our Greek this week. We're going to cross over into Acts 25 today. Basically, we're doing 24 and part of 25 this week. And then next week, we'll do the rest of 25 and 26 next week. At least that's the plan. Then we'll have 2 more chapters and we'll be done with the book of Acts. Well, let's dive into the Greek today. And after certain days, Felix, having arrived with Drusilla, his own wife, being Jewish, he sent for Paul. Okay, so this is a participle. Men are passive participles or middle participles. And of course, this is paraginomai, its deponent. So and gen indicates aorist, the G-E-N. Gin is the present, as I said over and over again. So this is an aorist deponent participle, nominative masculine singular. So after certain days, Felix, having arrived with Drusilla, his own wife, being Jewish, this is the participle of ami, to be. Drusilla is a woman, and therefore this is a feminine dative singular participle. Active feminine participles carry uzis and are sassy. So this is use. It's a feminine participle. He sent for psi with the key. Psi is the key to hidden sigma. So we have a hidden sigma alpha. This is aorist. A lot of aorists in narrative. It's the default, right? The default past tense without any connotation of the kind of action. Third person singular, middle. Boy, Luke likes middles. He sent for Paul, and he heard him concerning the faith in Jesus Christ, the towards Jesus, the towards Christ Jesus faith, as Greek likes to do, where the and the word it goes with are divided by something that's modifying it in the middle. Lots of different things you can do there. Well, not a lot, but you can, like this, use a prepositional phrase as an adjective. You could use a genitive phrase as an adjective. You can use an adjective as an adjective. You can use a participle as an adjective. Okay. He heard him. Sen, we haven't seen sen as often lately, but you remember what it is? Aorist active indicative third singular. And this is from akuo. So, verse 25. And him dialoguing concerning, that is Paul speaking concerning righteousness and self-control and the coming judgment, Felix, having become afraid, answered. Okay, so Felix, you're scaring me a little bit here, Paul. It's a genitive absolute here, pronoun in the genitive, participle in the genitive, present participle, present middle participle. Men are passive or middle participles. Having the judgment, the coming judgment. So this is an attributive participle. If the participle has the article, you can use who or that. The judgment that is coming, you could translate it. Having become afraid. Gen is what of ginomai? That's right, aorist, good memory. He answered, theta eta, aorist passive, indicative, but apokrin, oh my, it's deponent. So it's, even though it's passive in form, we're going to translate it actively. He answered, quote, capital letter, the now having go. That's a kind of a strange expression, but what it seems to mean is, for now, get out of here. This is a command, peru, second person singular, peru, oh my, so it's a middle or passive imperative, but we're going to translate it actively, second person singular, present. For now, the having now. It's an idiom. This is the participle of echo. It's neuter. It's lost its fizz. The masculine is ekon with an omega, and the neuter is ekon, or ekon, more quickly said, with an omicron. Okay, and having passed some time, I will call for you. So this is a lobbing you an aorist, metalambano. It is an aorist participle, active. This is future, because the sigma, future middle, metakaleo. I will call for you, and yep, it's middle. Luke loves middles. He loves middles. Okay. I would have used actives if I was writing this, but then again, he knows Greek better than I do. Okay, 26. At the same time, also hoping, present participle, that monies will be given to him by the Paul. Theta, eta, sigma is a future passive indicative, third singular of didomi. So this is the sixth, build off the sixth principal part, future passive. Therefore, also more often, this is a comparative degree of puknan, which means often. So in the comparative degree, more often sending for him. He was talking to him. Homily, he was talking to him. This is present participle, middle. This is imperfect here. Homileo. I already said that's comparative. Verse 27, 2 years, and 2 years having been fulfilled. So genitive absolute, genitive, theta epsilon, aorist passive participle, genitive. I don't have a cliche for this. I'm sorry, but lu they saw thin. It looks feminine to me, and indeed the word 2 years. Let me see. Yes, the word 2 years is feminine, which is why this is feminine as well. So genitive feminine singular. 2 years having been fulfilled, after 2 years had passed, he received his successor. Felix received his successor, Porcius Festus. Porcius, doesn't that mean pig? Anyway, so lobbing in aorist, this is aorist active indicative, third singular from Lambano, his diadochos, his successor. Okay, and wanting grace to curry with the Jews, Felix left Paul having been bound. Okay, grace, wanting grace to incur, to place upon himself. This is kata tithemi. The tit is missing, so it must be aorist. There's what's left. The thes, what's left of tithemi, kata tithemi. So it's a aorist middle infinitive from kata tithemi. Wanting, present participle, to curry favor with the Jews. Felix left, aorist. Katalepo, letters are missing, so I'm guessing it's aorist. He left him having been bound. Perfect participle, perfect passive participle. Tell it's perfect because the reduplication on the front, men are passive participles, and there you have it. Okay, so now we get to chapter 25. And now introducing Festus. Therefore, Festus, having arrived in the province, so epibino, to go upon, to arrive. The ein is missing, so I'm guessing this is an aorist participle. It is. Aorist active participle, nominative masculine singular. Festus, having arrived in the province, after 3 days, he went up into Jerusalem. This is anabino. Aino is missing, so it's aorist. He went up to Jerusalem from Caesarea, verse 2, and they appeared to him, that is the chief priests. I'm going to start translating this chief priests instead of high priests, because there really should only be one high priest. The chief priests appeared to him. Sigma alpha indicates that this is aorist. And let me quickly look at the word emphanidzo, yes. So it's aorist, active indicative, third plural. The chief priests appeared to him, and the firsts, the leaders of the Jews, the first peoples of the Jews, the leaders, against Paul. And they were encouraging him, that is Festus, asking a favor. Notice how flexible this word grace is. Of course, the classic work now, the work on grace, is by John Barclay, Paul and the Gift. So if you want to know the most up-to-date studies on Paul's use of the word grace and such, read John Barclay's Paul and the Gift. There's an interesting article on the word grace, charis, also in the book edited by Joel Green called Hearing the New Testament, as a chapter by Max Turner, in which he basically says a lot of what you've heard about the word grace isn't very good linguistically. So I found that an interesting chapter also. Okay, so no, but basically you can see how this is a favor in this case, asking a favor from him in order that subjunctive is coming. Subjunctive is coming. Hapos expects a subjunctive, so this is subjunctive. That fried connecting vowel, instead of etai, it's atai. That fried connecting vowel is what tells you this is subjunctive. Psi is the key to hidden sigma, so we have a hidden sigma. In the indicative mood, sigma indicates future, but in the subjunctive mood, sigma indicates aorist. So this is an aorist. Aorist, middle subjunctive, from metapempo, in order that he might send for him into Jerusalem. So they're wanting them to send Paul down to Jerusalem, a ambush, making an ambush to kill him along the way. And so they're back to plan A. And of course, the people who initially took that vow, if they kept it, are dead. It's a present participle. To kill is an infinitive. It's aorist of anaireo. And so let me just quickly scan my, anaireo. Obviously, it doesn't look like anaireo, so it's a second aorist in active infinitive. So they want to kill him along the way. And so that brings us to our final verses 4 and 5 for today. Therefore, now I expected Festus to do this, and of course he will, but first he's not stupid. He's going to first go to Caesarea and spy out the situation. Who knows, maybe Felix has told him, left some notes for him, or maybe there's a common, administrator that's a common carryover. But anyway, therefore, on the one hand, Festus, answered that Paul was being kept in Caesarea. He answered Paul to be kept in Caesarea and himself about in haste to go out. So this is, again, apokrinomai, it's deponent, aorist passive in form, but deponent, indicative, third singular. Paul to be kept, present of tereo, present middle infinitive. Boy, he likes middles in Caesarea. And to be about, this is present infinitive, himself to be about, in haste, to go out, present deponent infinitive here, peruomai, ek peruomai. Verse 5, therefore, those among you, he said, who are powerful, the powerful among you, having come down, if some out of place in this man, if there's something wrong with this guy, something out of place with this guy, having come down, let them accuse him. So they're going to have to start all over again. But now they have an open door. Felix kind of protected Paul, apparently. Now Festus is going to start all over again. Present, femi, sun kata bino, the ein is missing, so this is an aorist participle. My aunt is an active participle, aorist active participle. If, condition, right? If there is some out of place thing in the man. This is imperative. Let them accuse him. Kategorei tosan. To, te, tosan. Tosan is a third person plural, active imperative. So this is a present active imperative, third plural from kategoreo. Let them accuse him. Okay, well, there are a lot of verses today, 24:24 to 25:5. So we've done about not quite 10 verses, it would seem, but we've done our share of verses today. So tomorrow we will go up until verse 12 and finish out the week. We'll end up the week with Paul appealing to Caesar. At least that's the plan. So we'll see you tomorrow.